Have you ever wondered what it means to live with complete focus in a world filled with distractions, or how to turn daily challenges into opportunities for growth using a strategic mindset capable of transforming adversities into victories? These aren't just existential questions, they're challenges that have followed humanity throughout history. And in the era of Miyamoto Musashi, one of the greatest strategists and warriors of feudal Japan, they were even more urgent. Musashi, who lived during the 16th and 17th centuries, was not only a legendary samurai, known for winning over 60 deadly duels, he was also a profound thinker, whose teachings extend far beyond the realm of warfare. His work, The Book of Five Rings, is a strategic manual that transcends the battlefield, touching on broader domains like self-awareness, discipline, adaptability, and the pursuit of mastery. In this text, we will explore Musashi's lessons and how they apply to our modern world, where duels are no longer fought with swords, but with business decisions, personal crises, and the search for meaning in life. What makes Musashi so relevant to us today? How can his teachings be applied to help us win our own battles? Let's dive into the fascinating life of Musashi and uncover how his wisdom can serve as a powerful guide for our own challenges. Feudal Japan and Musashi's context. Miyamoto Musashi was born in 1584 during the Sengoku period, a turbulent era in Japan. Known as the Age of Warring States, this period was characterized by constant battles and disputes between various military clans, all vying for territorial expansion and supremacy. In this setting, samurais were warriors trained from childhood to fight and protect their lords, adhering to a strict code of honor, the Bushido, which governed both their personal and professional lives. The Bushido Code emphasized not only courage and duty, but also loyalty, honor, and the pursuit of perfection. Musashi, however, chose a different path. Rather than serving a master, he became a ronin, a masterless samurai. This choice of independence reflected his rebellious spirit and unique worldview. Throughout his life, he traveled across Japan, challenging and defeating other duelists, accumulating wisdom and experience on the deeper aspects of war and life. What sets Musashi apart from many other warriors is that he didn't just specialize in physical combat. He also incorporated philosophy into his way of life, viewing each battle as a metaphor for the internal struggle against fear, doubt, and personal limitations. When Japan entered the Edo period under the peaceful Tokugawa shogunate, Musashi withdrew from the battlefield and dedicated his life to studying strategy, leaving behind a legacy that would be passed down to future generations. His work, The Book of Five Rings, was written during this period of relative peace, yet his teachings continue to be applied in times of great turbulence. The five elements and their applications in modern life. Musashi's magnum opus, The Book of Five Rings, is structured around five elements of nature: earth, water, fire, wind, and void. Each of these elements symbolizes a fundamental aspect of strategy and life, and throughout the book, Musashi teaches how to master them in order to achieve mastery, whether in battle or in everyday life. Let's explore how these elements can be applied to the challenges we face today. Earth, building a solid foundation. The first element is earth, which represents the foundation, the base, and stability. Musashi believed that before any advancement, a warrior or anyone must establish a solid foundation, built on constant practice and mastery of essential skills. Earth symbolizes the focus on learning the basics and the discipline needed to consolidate knowledge before venturing into more advanced areas. Musashi emphasized that a samurai must understand the terrain on which he is fighting, whether on the battlefield or in life. This also means having deep self-awareness and understanding one's strengths and weaknesses. In the modern world, This lesson can be applied in many ways. For example, when someone decides to learn a new skill, like playing the guitar or learning a new language, it is essential to start with the basics and ensure a solid foundation before seeking complexity. Impatience to advance too quickly without solidifying the basics can lead to failure. Musashi said, "Progress comes from constant practice and the perfection of the simple." This is a crucial lesson for any area of life, from studies to profession. Water, adaptability and flexibility. The second element is water, which symbolizes the ability to adapt. Musashi compared water to the way a warrior should act, fluid and adaptable, shaping itself according to the circumstances. In combat, this meant not clinging to a single technique, but being able to change and adjust to the opponent's style. Musashi warned against the fatal error of being rigid and predictable, emphasizing that flexibility was one of a warrior's greatest strengths. In modern life, this principle is more relevant than ever. We live in a constantly changing world, whether in the workplace, personal relationships, or social expectations. In times of crisis, knowing how to adapt to new realities and learn from changes becomes an essential skill. If you don't adapt, you're left behind. Musashi teaches us to be like water, flowing wherever we need to go without resistance, but with the same force to reach our goals. He wrote, "Be like water, adaptable and irresistible, always flowing toward your destination." Fire, intensity and decisive action. The third element is fire, which symbolizes intensity, decisive action, and clarity of purpose. Musashi believed that when the right moment arrived, one must act with full strength and determination, without hesitation. Fire is not just about physical action, but about the energy directed toward a single goal. For Musashi, hesitation was the greatest mistake a warrior could make, as it could mean the loss of the battle. However, the intensity of action should not be confused with impulsiveness. It is a calculated action, based on prior analysis of the terrain and possibilities. In everyday life, this translates into the need to make quick and confident decisions, especially in moments of great pressure. If you find yourself in a situation where action is necessary, such as changing careers, starting a new project, or making an important decision, Musashi's philosophy suggests that you should act confidently, without fear of failure. When the moment to act arrives, do not hesitate, for hesitation is the enemy of victory, Musashi taught. Wind, know others and the world around you. The fourth element is wind, which refers to the ability to understand others and study their strategies. Musashi emphasized that in order to be a good strategist, it was essential to know not only oneself, but also others, your opponents, your allies, and the context in which you are situated. On the battlefield, this meant studying the enemy's tactics, understanding their weaknesses, and anticipating their actions. Musashi knew that victory often didn't depend solely on your own skill, but on knowledge of the opponent and their situation. In modern life, this lesson translates into the importance of empathy and strategic analysis. In a corporate environment or in personal relationships, understanding the viewpoints of others can help you make more informed decisions and avoid unnecessary conflicts. Study others as you study yourself, Musashi said. This can be applied to any field, from negotiations to simple social interactions. Void, mastery and intuition. The fifth and final element is void, which represents the state of mastery and the ability to act with intuition, without the need to plan or force any action. For Musashi, the void is the point where the mind and body become one, where technique merges with the nature of being. When a warrior reaches this state, they do not need to think about each movement. They simply act with a fluidity that comes from their experience and training. In the modern world, this relates to the state of flow, an experience of total immersion in an activity where time seems to disappear and action becomes almost automatic. This state of mastery is the pinnacle of learning and practice, where knowledge becomes natural and intuitive. Musashi wrote, "True mastery arises when technique and intuition become one." The lessons of Miyamoto Musashi are timeless, and his philosophy continues to be a rich source of wisdom, both on the battlefield and in everyday life. His strategies of discipline, adaptability, decisive action, empathy, and mastery are not only applicable to combat, but to any area of life. True victory, as Musashi teaches us, is not just about defeating others, but about conquering oneself. The wisest warrior is the one who faces their own fears, doubts, and limitations with courage and determination. By applying these lessons in your life, you will not only overcome external challenges, but also reach a new level of self-awareness and mastery. Remember, the true warrior is the one who conquers himself. Thank you for watching. I hope Miyamoto Musashi's lessons inspire your journey. I recommend reading the books mentioned to delve deeper into the wisdom of great strategists and samurai.